Hey, what's up guys, Totallydubbed here, and today I'm doing a video review for the Sumvision Pysc Esprit Bluetooth earphones. I don't know how you pronounce it, but there you go, that's my take on it. So anyway, these earphones can be found for £18.50, yes, you heard me right, under £20, and they're Bluetooth earphones which are made for sport. Now, you might see them a lot on Amazon, and I'll get into that in just a second in terms of its sound quality. Now within the packaging you can find a manual, an actual hard carrying case, which is always useful to have in terms of taking it around, and you've got small, large, medium tips which are included also on the earphones over here, and you've got a micro USB to USB cable for charging. Now the earphones themselves, how they built. So they've got a flat cable which basically runs at the back of your neck. If you run at the front of your neck, then you're going to hear a little bit of microphonics, so I would definitely suggest wearing it at the back. Unfortunately, there's no sort of cable tie or cable shirt clip or anything like that included, which would have been better in terms of shortening down the cable, but that's not a massive deal because you can usually tuck this under your shirt. Now on the earphone, the right side earphone is probably the most interesting one, and that is because you've got a micro USB connector over here that's used for charging the device. You've got a play, pause, answer, reject button and on and off button over here in the middle. You've got previous and volume down and next and volume up, all accessed by these three buttons. So you've got multiple different functionalities and they all work via Bluetooth, which is obviously quite pretty much obvious there. On the ear hooks, you've got a little right and left indicator. I don't think my camera will pick it up, but it's just over here. And on the left hand side driver, you haven't got anything of interest. Now the earphones hook over because they're sport earphones. You don't want them falling out, and the actual hook is actually very comfortable. It's again like the flat cable, like a flat sort of design, but with like a little a bend over here, which is pre-made. The actual hook itself, you can see, is very much bendy, and it's very soft, meaning you can wear glasses whilst wearing these as well, and they won't cause you any discomfort. I wore them for a little period of time and I didn't find them uncomfortable at all. I should also mention the fact that they've got these hooks. It does mean that they stay sturdy in your ears. You can run around, do boxing, taekwondo or football, and they won't fall out of your ears, which is great because obviously they're made for people who are going to be working out, especially people who are going on, say, runs or going to the gym or something. So these earphones are flawless for that. Now in terms of the functionalities, these earphones have a Bluetooth 4.1 aptX enabled, which is fantastic. aptX allows a high quality transmission between your device as long as it's compatible and the earphones. Therefore you get basically lossless, or shall I say CD quality transmission between your source and the earphones. And it's great to actually have that because the actual quality being transmitted is fantastic. You don't get any loss of music unless you have FLAC or lossless AAC music, then that's a bit different. But CD quality transmission is fantastic to have. Unfortunately, despite having Bluetooth 4.1, I was a bit disappointed in terms of its range. I found it to have only about 5 meters through walls, and in a straight line of sight it's about 8 to 10 meters of distance between your device and the earphones, which is kind of surprising because other 4.1 or 4.0 devices actually last around 15 meters to 10 meters through the walls. So a bit weird to see that, but at the same time I don't see many people actually having their phones very far from the actual earphones themselves. These are probably going to be earphones in your ear, and whilst the handset is going to be in your pocket or in your shirt or something like that, or in your bag while you're doing your runs or whatever. But it's something worth mentioning over here. Now the earphones have also waterproof IPX4 rating. I wouldn't drop them in water, but essentially it means that if it rains, you're not going to damage the earphones, which is great. Then the micro USB port over here actually it's quite hard to get out simply because of that waterproofing. It needs to be just a little bit extra secure, meaning it's a little bit hard to get out and charge, but on the plus side it means that the water can't just leak in and damage your earphones. Now the most important part is actually the sound quality. Now as I said, I get most PRs or Amazon marketplace sellers sending me these and saying, hey, do you want to review X, Y, and Z earphones? And they look like these, or kind of like OEMs of these. The QY7s, for example, were big a big seller in that market, and since then it's taken off like crazy because people like working out and using earphones on the go. So when I received these, I was a bit skeptical, but when I put them in my ear, I was actually really surprised of how the sound quality was. Now they are V-shaped and they are very much bass heavy, but bear with me when I go through the sound quality. So the sub bass has a good extension. It extends quite well. It is cut off after a certain frequency, but on the whole the sub bass is present and it's great. The mid bass has a heavy slam. It is unfortunately a little uncontrolled, meaning you do get, not to say farting kind of noise with the bass, but it's not as controlled as I would have liked and as precise, which is a shame because that leaks into the mids and therefore pushes the mids a bit down, making them feel and sound a little bit recessed. Despite that, the mids have good reproduction quality and they are accurate. So unfortunately, if there was just a little bit way of making them more forward sounding, possibly via EQ or something, then it would have made them a lot better. The highs extend quite well. Again, they're rolled off on the top end, but as to be expected. But the highs provide a great sparkle, and coupled with its fantastic soundstage is great. Speaking of which, the soundstage is by far one of the most interesting features of the earphones. The reason I mention this is because most earphones, say under £20, even under £50, will have like a condensed sound where it sounds everything's like jumbled in one. These, on the other hand, had a fantastic soundstage and the decay was fantastic to hear. So the tonality of the earphones is great. The instrument separation is fantastic. You hear sounds coming from all over the place. Its depth and width in its soundstage was just right, given its price tag and given its functionalities. And just overall, the soundstage brought out the sound frequencies, the lows, mids and highs, just because it could really produce like an open-esque sound. And it was fantastic to hear in earphones which are, in my opinion, super budget earphones and ones that sound fantastic. So on the whole, the earphones actually sound really good. They are, again, as I said, bass heavy and V-shaped, but even then, saying that, they are £18.50 earphones, so you can't expect basically audiophile quality earphones to be there. They have to cater to a certain market, and I presume most people going to the gym want like a fun sounding earphone. These earphones are definitely in that category. So overall, what do I think of them? Well, I think they're absolutely fantastic. I don't know how Pysc, at least that's how I think you pronounce it, produce products like this. I mean, literally each time I come across their products, I'm very much intrigued to see how they sound or how they perform, just because of how impressed I've been in the past by their products. And yet again, they've delivered with these earphones. They just sound fantastic. They've got great functionalities, and the fact they've got aptX for the price of £18.50 is just ridiculous to think. Earphones of this magnitude, like Death Star, would probably cost you about 50-60 quid from a known brand, but because they're not a known brand and they don't really, you know, do marketing or advertising of such, they can bring down the price so low that it's £18.50, making it affordable for basically everyone. So top marks yet again to Pysc for producing such an brilliant earphone and their Esprit earphone. So alright guys, I've been totally dubbed. Make sure you check down the links in below for Amazon links and their website. I would definitely suggest it, as I said before. So if you do like it, do let me know if you've got them as well, and obviously like, favorite and share, as it always helps, and do subscribe for more honest, unbiased videos. Alright guys, I've been totally dubbed. Take care and bye bye.